They remain ignorant. And I'm just saying, as we
see.
proud, I'm not trying to be arrogant, I'm just telling you the truth. They don't listen to these studies.
Okay, I think we're running.
Right.
So this is the Shift 6MQ, and it's the new phone of the two. Let's just stop this. In regards to the Jesuits, they didn't teach you that in history class. I'm just listening to that. But yeah, I love the Jesuits. So what I've done also as well, I've emptied the last battery totally, and it seemed that in regards to starting the mobile, using the mobile and charging the battery, it seems like the battery does charge quicker than I can use the battery on the phone, so that's great. So at least for now I will not have that problem, I think, in regards of not being able to charge on the mobile as it should. But I at least have the possibility of external chargers. So what I'll try to do is to see if I can just quickly drain the phone in some sense with some hard use. The game seems to be a pretty good way to actually quickly empty it, and we'll just full speed on the screen as well. So that's great. Okay, let's see here. We didn't really get much. Oh, let's try again. Oh, we got one of these and one of these, and we'll just do it again. And that doesn't really matter. We already have max of those, so it doesn't. Okay, great. It's annoying with this nonsense, this little icon around. Yeah, it's like, it seems like programmers just loves to make bullshit, sadly nowadays. So, okay, let's take a drive in regards of this. Oh, we have the red one. I actually upgraded that, and we got some good amount of upgrades for that last time. So let's do them on more, and let's get some, whatever. 16th upgrade left until I can't upgrade it anymore. I haven't tried running this now after all the upgrades I made. After I, tried to, still apparently getting a lot of things. Kind of interesting. Oh, if the microphone is problematic, then, you can feel it's recording for sure. Oh yeah, you can feel it's recording. It's weird because I remember in the beginning it didn't really seem like it could feel it's record, but yeah, it's absolutely feeling it now, that's for sure. It's not totally, it's not smoothly for sure. Not as smooth as I would have hoped. And actually, it's not very smooth at all, to say the least. It's lag. Well, I guess it's not called lagging. It's must be another word for it when the computer is not really, lagging would be in regards to the internet connection, right? So this is more like frames per second here, and apparently apparently that was a little too. I don't understand what. I thought I was driving against someone else, but apparently I guess someone had taken the first place or something like that before being able to. Okay, well, let's try again. I thought I had someone that I actually could take, so of course then people can always beat you down. This should be a little easier. It's the best car there is in this tire car, what do you call it? So actually I guess it was one of the hardest. It would be one of those cars you would like to want in this game, because the two others pretty much sucks. So although the guy seems to be keeping pretty good. Yeah, it's absolutely lagging, not running as smoothly as I would have liked it. Again, recording, so, and I set it on auto, so it's probably recording with around 30 frames per second. That's interesting. It's recording on the wrong side. How is that? Why? Okay, so we have a problem here. Let's see here. What? Maybe I need to just stop it and take another one. Just. Let's see if that helped. If it actually... I was pretty quick to try to disconnect and connect again. It seems like it didn't ruin it. So let's try to see if it wanna take the other side. We'll see. Daily quest. What is that? Okay. Yeah. Now it seems to be correct. Of course, I can't get any resources by doing that. Do we actually have? Nope, we still don't have that one. We can still let it run here. Okay, we'll stop. When does it change the track in 2-3 hours? Well, whatever. It's in the night, you know. Really should be sleeping now. But anyway, there's someone seemingly doing, what do you call it? Celebrating things or whatever, party. I'm not sure if they've done yet, but so go. I'm just try. Okay, so I'll just let it drive by itself. You know, see how it goes. Probably doesn't go too good, but oh, it looks okay on the screen. Looks okay, no, pretty high. Interesting. Again, the only problem is that it's not as smooth as it should be, you know, in regards to recording. But yeah, it's showing. The quality is absolutely not as you know, but of course it's a bigger screen on the computer. Oh, come on, why is this not working? Let's try again. I have the other mobile downloading a stock, you know, thing and all that. So, and I needed like this check recapture thing and all that, and apparently it didn't want to work. So let's try again to see if we can get it to work. And it just seems to hang. Anyway, I lost that. But anyway. Yeah, it could be more smooth, I guess. I guess it doesn't matter in regards to the resources, but what you do is like this. And this is one of these time-wasting nonsense things, again, where you you know, push instead of just giving the resources for, you know, freely without needing to do this bullshit, you know. So you can do this quick, you know, one thing, you know, still quick, but it's still bullshit, you know. They could either have made one key to collect it all, or just made it auto collect every single day. But no, you know, we can't make it that easy, right? Because we want the clicking game. Oh yeah. So anyway, let's see here. Well, then when you have 10 of those, you can, you know, get some of these red things, and then you can get a package, whatever, so you can further upgrade, right? But, you know, usually you would get some money or some cash in regards to these I clicked just before, but because, you know, they don't want you to, they want you to play every single day, but not in a longer streak, you know, then they don't want to give you resources for it. Let's see how this runs. Well, I guess it doesn't look so bad on the screen, really. on the computer screen that I'm on. It doesn't really look that bad, but probably could be better. But yeah, anyway, let's have a go. Yeah, it's laggy, which is the wrong word I'm using. It could be a lot better in regards of it's not easy to yeah. It's like running a little quick and then slows down, running a little, it's just totally not, yeah, it does, it does not like that I'm recording for sure, and I could maybe go down in resolution or in regards to down in frames per second. Actually, by the way, what am I actually, okay, shouldn't be any internet problems, at least. I'm running LTE. So, yeah, and even if this game is actually, needing the internet and all that, you usually play bots, so you can actually just go out of the game and inside again. But while this doesn't really do much in regards of getting some cash, some game cash, it does give some points to the team. So you can reach the 300,000. That is the last goal in regards to the team match for the last bonus pack. And if you win it, you get another bonus pack, the big bonus pack. So you can get 2 bonus packs if you actually, if the team gets all the points. And yeah, and get the first place, and usually the team, this team usually does that. So well, anyway, and as you can see, the name is like J-God, which in regards of Jesus or Yeshua, you can use whatever you want, Jesus or Yeshua, it's still the J. And so it's really a short form, and then P666. So this is like, the papacy or Pope 666, or the poopacy and the poop, you can whatever, So that's the J God and P666. To shorten the name, and that's because you can only have so and so many characters, so you get into this thing of trying to compress things. I can see it's a little behind, because I already won, but it's clearly not on the screen. The quality, as far as I can see on the live stream, could be better. I don't know what is. Well, it's only running 360. Okay, let's try to have it run 720 and see how that goes. Or maybe it will take a little time for it, or maybe it's so maybe that's why the quality is not so good. Of course, it's running 360p with live stream. So, oh yeah, maybe, yeah, that seems to be. I think we have it updating to. Anyway, when you then, it's. I think the other battery will probably be fully charged before it actually reaches 10%. So, why is it not downloading in regards to the other mobile phone? Typical, let's just set it to download, and then stop downloading apparently. Give me a break. Date time, descending. On one it has downloaded, but not the other one, and now probably it won't download it because already. Oh, maybe I just need to push the get file. I thought I had done that. Okay, I think we are on the road. Just downloading some stock ROMs to test out on the V20 I'm thinking of. And see if I actually should maybe run Android 7 instead of Android 8. I don't know, but anyway. if I can get some more smoothness in regards of Android 7. If Android 7 takes less resources than Android 8, well, you know, I'll just... Oh, here you can see a real life player. Bond Jr. is a real life player. The rest of them are bots, you know, and I didn't realize that in the beginning. You know, you think you go in, right, and play other players, right? You go in, yeah, you know, great, and all that, right? And use, you know, this and that and all that, and then go on, right? And then you figure out, wait, these are bots. I'm just playing bots. And of course, totally disgusting, you know. So every one of these three guys is bots. It's computer, you know. So you kind of, you know, you gotta be kidding me. I'm playing bots? Yeah, I'm on the internet and I'm playing bots? Yep, that's what you are. And in the beginning I didn't realize that. And I'm like, and then you begin to realize that these people are not actually, you think you are witnessing for Jesus Christ, right? In regards to JGod, P666 and all that. And you're thinking, yeah, someone is seeing my name, you know? And then you're finding out this is only bots. You're not even making a testimony to these people. I remember one of these tanks games on Steam, and I purposely made rooms that wouldn't fill up as quickly, and then I wrote abortion is child murder. I'm telling you, I got a lot of response for that, you know, a lot of witnessing and all that. And the problem was that instead of playing the game, I ended up, well, I guess it's not a problem, but I ended up chatting with people in regards to Jesus Christ and all that. But because, you know, first they got abortion as child murder, and then people just go totally nutcase, so they go in and then bang, you know, Jesus God Almighty. So it's like bang again. So it's that was a great, you know, that was actually a great way to actually witness to people. Oh, apparently we get a 150% extra bonus thing, although you can't see it because there's, you know, this bug in the game. So when you reach the maximum level, you can't really see how many points you're actually getting because, you know, there's so many weird things that doesn't make any sense in regards to this game. So that's just how it is, sadly. You know, bugs apparently is just everyday, you know, well, anyway. So that's the thing, that's how it goes, I guess. So that's interesting. You know, the first game they made, that's actually offline, but again the problem is the whole game is just made like kind of faulty, I think, you know, so it doesn't, you know, you just upgrade to the one car totally, and when you have upgraded that car totally, you just use that car for, you know, for the rest, you know, the things. This kind of sucks, you know. There's not really any, you know, of course there are some of the later levels in each, you know, that is harder at least, but overall it's you know, there's not really any difficult, you know, it's not really that hard, you know. So that, which makes it kind of boring and feeling like it's kind of a waste of time. But it was interesting in regards to the turbo and all that, and it didn't have this automatical, you know, if I drop the, you know, I'm not touching the thing now, and it just drives automatically. The other game doesn't have that, and it works fine without any problems. This game just have this, you know, this automatically driving nonsense. They tried to take it off at some point, but it wasn't as good as the first game. It ruined the whole driving experience, although it was possible, but it wasn't as good as the first, you know, the first game of this. Clearly, clearly had some problems. But this is nonsense that you can just let the game drive by itself. It's just, what a, that's just hogwash, you know, it's nonsense. Anyway, this should really, you know, take the teeth out of the mobile. You know, clearly it has its issues with this. Clearly it's not running totally smooth, for sure. I guess it's sending data at the same time as recording and playing the game on the highest setting, so you know, clearly it's not running smooth. It would probably help if you actually just record it to your phone or to the phone without any sending of the mobile. It would take one of the steps off at least. Anyway, yeah, blah blah blah, leave me alone. You know, is this the clicking game again? You know, just you don't have any, you know, any pop-up should always have, you know, leave me alone, don't ever come up again. But you know, again, it's the clicking game, the nonsense game and all that. So seems like the party that they had must have stopped or something like that. At least there's nothing, maybe not, but they're not really making that much noise at the moment. Well, it's Christ Mass, the pagan holy day, so-called holy day, right? Anyway, oh my, it's not easy with all this. It's kind of hard to drive in perfection here because it's throwing me, you know, back and forward in regards to the speed of the screen, so. It's not that easy keeping to a perfect lap here, because then it, you know, fastens and then it slows down, then it fastens and it slows down on the screen. It's not that hard or not that easy. Anyway, so I should have been getting some points overall. Let's get into the club, and you can see the club is very close to 300,000. They will reach 300,000 before the 3 days, I'm sure. But 347, so I already have a couple of points, so that's nice, just to show that I'm active. And for the other guys, they shouldn't throw me out, because you know they usually. You know, they can have up to 30 players, and usually, you know, people that, you know, so in any case, they shouldn't lose much in regards of. But it's interesting because I recall, you know, yeah, another time where I was in this team in regards to the points, and I didn't get any of the bonuses that, because you know, I couldn't. Yeah, well, anyway, whatever. Or maybe I didn't. Well, I can't remember anyway. Or maybe it was because it was too long, you know, took a huge break because it was stupid, you know, playing a stupid game. And it is, you know. It is somewhat stupid, besides, you know, that you can make a name that can tell people about who Jesus Christ is. Or that abortion is child murder, maybe people think about it, right? At least they then have been told that, you know, so that's not a bad idea. They really should, yeah, I don't know in regards to what they have of this game, but they really should, you know, make some more things in the game itself. I don't know, there seems to be space down here, so maybe they have some kind of, but really it's not that many. Oh well. Of course, in the beginning of the game, you just wanna, you know, get these things. This is the class 1, class 2, class 3. So you just want in the beginning to just, you know, pretty much finish all these 3 classes. So, and that's not all. You know, you need to have. You're starting at the bottom and then little by little reaching the higher levels, right? So, I should be able to get. You know, but anyway, let's see what we have left. Upgrade vehicle level, purchased item from random pack shop. Ah, well, perform slipstream for 1 second. Okay, slipstream is that? I can't remember. Anyway, let's just take one more and it should get me. So anyway, the other mobile is now downloading. And I fixed some in. Oh wait, I think I also have moved some files over to the mobile as well. In regards of stock ROMs and all that, and I of course need to check in regards of the LG V20. It's running by itself at the moment. As you can see, I'm not touching the screen. It's just automatically running. That only gives you a full position, but usually in the beginning it can actually just win the race without any, which is again it's just bullshit, pretty much. Okay, we have the Windows LG mobile drivers. I wonder if that's needed for the LG op. Maybe it is. I have 2 folders with LG op. And we have the LG V20 F800K root package, which I don't know if I need anything of that anymore in regards of. I think I can still go into the fast boot, right, even if it's not rooted. I think there still is some kind of things where I can do something without rooting it, but I'm not sure. I just can't remember anything, We have the LG V20 H99, so we have some kind of website models. Okay, can I actually move that? Cut. And move it to this one. Paste. Oh, that's already a document that is called that. Yeah, okay, it's the same thing. Okay, so I can actually delete. Okay, let's just run this one again. So, okay, let's just start this up. There we go. And then just delete LG H99 in on Hong Kong. Yeah, well, whatever. I think it actually is a small N, not a big N they usually use, but it's, well, hopefully it's not ruining anything. Payload dumper mobile boot extract is more in regards to rooting, really, so that really don't need that anymore. We have the SlimCat, that in regards to the very old mobile that I'm not sure I'm really going to. SOS queue, that was in regards of some fungus information I was interested in. That was pretty much primarily the thing. That was the first time the shift phone pretty much died on me. Very sad. SOS unlock shift forum. I do wonder what that is. Shift unlock. I guess I don't need to unlock it anymore. I'm going to move over to my other. We have some LT switch 4150. I need that to get my applications over to the boot animations for super user. Doesn't matter anymore. Of course, I'm not going to have. So let's just delete that. Blockada, that was in regards of this new app, but that wasn't really so. That was something in regards of it. So let's just delete that as well. 4G, we have some Phoenix recorder, Phoenix F-Droid browser, LG switch. Yep. That's one application that I have been using before I found this tracker control. I can't remember what it's called, but I don't know if it's going to be needed anymore anyway. But anyway, we got the these red ones, and we can push, and then you get like well, probably a lot of things we don't really need. Well, we get some resources and in regards of the car, yeah, whatever. So let's see the shop here. We could. It's like 30, it's maybe a little too much in regards to that. But yeah, so some gold coins, that's usually always able to use the gold coins, right? Well, I guess. Other things, okay, so yeah. I already have that restarted, and yeah. next time the club wins, how much are we getting usually? Is that, I can't even remember how much the club points you usually get when you win. But we should be able to get 300,000 in regards of, you know, it's not that far from reaching it. So it's, yeah, it's only 10,000, isn't it? No, 1,000. Yeah, 10,000. Yeah, that should be, you know, next time they win, then they should reach 300,000. So that should be, they should be getting it. Anyway, let's just make it run again here. So SOS, MQ, then we have like API, annotations, API. I did something I recall when SD card, yeah. So I used some kind of command to do this, but again, you know, I can't remember what I really did, you know, I just did something, right? You have the Telegram, the Titanium backup, apparently. I have the files from Titanium backup, but that doesn't really, you know, Titanium backup, you need to have rooted your device. Then we have O and backups. That doesn't matter either because I don't use that either. So that's 2. Then we have the FM recording. That was the thing that I'm actually looking for. I don't think the download thing will have much, but let's have a look. You know, one thing takes another, takes another, takes another. APK Pure. Book 1, detailed introduction on Jesus Christ, CH-bin. Book details, we have Mini Motor 2 Racing X APK, that's the game that is on now. SDA, the Papal New World Order. Let's see details in regards to this, if we can get this thing in regards of book details, CHBEN. Get that. We have the SDA, the Papal New World Order, or the aims of the papacy, artist Joe Manny. We apparently have like a bin file as well. That's temp. So I don't know. Maybe this is also bin file. That's not really finished. APK Pure Fingers in regards of installing XAPK, which is the new format. Instead of APK, you have the XAPK, and but the command thing can install those things. Total Commander, and so that's not a problem. But anyway, let's delete this one, and this one, and delete at least that's. And then we have the book 1, detailed introduction on Jesus Christ. I have no idea. Let's just delete that. And then we have this one. I don't know if this is actually. I don't know if this actually will run, yeah, it's SDA Papal New World Order, or the aims. Well, we can just cut it and move it over in the download folder, pretty much on the card. Download. Don't we have a download? Nope, maybe we don't. Okay, well, I guess I was thinking about something else. Okay, so we can fix it. What can fix it? Video? Or Videoda? Let's just fix it all in Videoda, I guess. Paste. So it moves it over. Great. We can only do one thing at a time when we are, you know, from the computer directly to the mobile. Well, wait. I'm actually having the V20, so no, I think it's the same. Okay, so we have rescue thing and all that. I can't remember what command I used either, you know. Typical. We have the FM recordings that I wanted to save, and pretty much the rest was less of an interest. We have some Android thing, data, OBB, and data. But interesting how you could, you know, pretty much, yeah, download a lot of the things by using. What did I use? That's a good question. I used either. It's also, you know, you have the fast boot thing, and then you have the other thing which I can't remember. I think it's the other thing that I used. That's incredible. Like can't back up your mobile. Doesn't really show. Well, don't know about that. Let's just delete that. So we have some TCM camera thing. That's one. I guess it's just a trial thing or something. We can cut it and move it over in the other folder, I guess. Now the folder of video. Let's just put it over there. So far so good, right? LG V20. No, that's no. Yeah, okay. It's the right folder. Okay. Rescue new oh well, we can actually also take the FM recordings that I got. That was actually again the things that I wanted to, and we can put them over in the video though as well. And great. Oh, we can just put this one and move back here. As a Magist 21.4. Who cares about that? We have some SOSB Magist, SOS Rigo, the different things, SOS Go and all that. We can just pretty much delete that. Source properties, this not this, yeah, commands. I have the, here we go with the commands. That was in regards of ADB shell is directory. And I actually think that was like yeah, AD pool SD card, and I think they actually used like yeah, that's a line, I think like that. Okay. Oh, give me a break. I can't even, you know, change things directly on the fly. Give me a break. On the mobile, I can only open it up. I can't save it directly. Then I guess I need to do it manually again and go back to. It's bullshit. But that's typical, right? Okay, let's see here. Save. Let's see if we want to save it. If we can figure that out. It'll take time for it to. It's just, you know, you gotta be kidding me. It should just be, you know, the computer should pretty much just understand that this is like an SD card, a memory card, so it shouldn't really be a problem to access it or anything like that. But apparently it has problems. Anyway, that's ADP push, and it's like this push and pull. Or you give me a break. It's download or upload, you know. All this crazy nonsense, you know. Push and pull. Oh, give me a break, you know. Anyway, it doesn't seem to want to do what I want. And now it's breaking. What a big surprise, I guess, you know. We can't figure it out. It just broke. Anyway, that's just the way of things, right? Breaking. Okay, I can see it's still running the live things, and it's pretty much just running by itself. Oh, I see how much battery. Well, we only used 15% of the battery, so that's still some weight. And we still have, you know, different whatever bots coming by, it seems. Oh well. This is in regards of. Okay, yep, great. I did wonder in regards of the Israeli stock thing, if it actually has an Israeli, you know, Hebrew keyboard, you know. That would be pretty nice, you know. I really don't know what it would have in regards of Israeli key. Maybe it doesn't have the Nikuts on. Maybe it's weird that they wouldn't work that out if that's the case. But anyway, it seems like the LG-V20 990 in Israel seems to be primarily a phone for Israel. It also has some in regards of South Africa and Peru. But mostly it's, I still do wonder in regards to all these different, you know, mostly they just seem to be the same, you know, and yet they are not the same. They have different variations of version this and version that, and, you know, give me a break. But they are the 3 versions that have 2 nano SIMs, so all of the versions should work with it, whatever. As long as you have a double SIM, they should work, hopefully without any issues. Oh, let's see here. You can't save here, choose another location. Oh, is that so? I can't save there? Wow. Anyway, I guess we can't do that anyway. I'll just need to. Yeah, this is the nonsense, right? You want to do something and then it tries, the system itself tries to make issues. Oh yeah, I'm gonna delete that one as well. We have the FM recordings. Actually, I think we already have those, but let's just move them over while we remove the rest. Let's see, download. No, we Videoda. Well, it actually seems like Videoda is now working again in regards of YouTube. So that's great. So I can actually begin, downloading YouTube videos again if I need something. Because they took the feature off because YouTube didn't want to blah 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 blah. So what if YouTube don't want this and that? Give me a break. And we have something in regards to blah blah. We have some medias and we have some. Yeah, we can pretty much delete that. And some different images. Yeah, whatever. I should delete that. Okay, so we just went through again. It's it's really nonsense, but anyway, overall. Okay, let's see. We're still downloading on the other. Okay, we have some Telegram audio. We have some Telegram documents. So apparently I had Telegram installed at that point. Let's just delete that as well. We have some pictures, screenshots. Doesn't really matter. DCM camera, doesn't really matter either, but it doesn't really seem to have anything in it anyway. So we pretty much got what we can, so we'll just delete that SD card. API, annotations, LEB, systrace, all these hacking tools to do this and do that and all that. Yeah, I don't know which. I already have one, so I wouldn't. I already have the LGV root package, so it should really. Super flash, blah blah blah. So really, if I just take the command file here, text file, put it out, I should be able to just delete the folder itself because I have the data other places. So yeah. Fast boot, blah 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 blah. ADP, all this nonsense. ADP, yep. Let's just delete it. Well, we got what we wanted. But that was like, having the mobile for a couple of days, and then it breaks in regards to the screen. Also have 2 folders of the LG, which I think is pretty much the same, but I'm still a little scared of deleting it, because if it doesn't work, it should be the same, but if it doesn't work, I will have a problem. I seem to pretty much also have the same date on modify, but yeah, and it's just the LG. Okay, let's just delete it and hope for the best. And yep, there we go. So we are folders, we are going down on folders here. Then we have the ADB debug bridge 15 seconds installer. I still don't know if I need that at all in regards if you do not want to root the phone or anything like that, Have the application programs. We have the payload dumper, mobile, boot extract, which again I don't really need either because I'm not going to root the phone. I don't think I will want to root any phone anymore. I just don't want to do that anymore. It's a waste of time. But the whole idea with the payload dumper is that you can get the get the things from inside of it and the boot image thing and run with that when you're rooting and all that. But yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to use that again. But maybe I should just not delete it. SOS unlock shift form, probably a text file of some kind. So let's try to fix text on it and see if we can open it up and see what. Yep. Bootloader, unlock, root, custom, recoveries and all that. That's not really needed anymore because I'm not going to use more time on that nonsense. So just going to recover what I need and send this mobile back. But anyway, that's the mobile running now. It's just sadly not good enough. Oh, we have F800 root package. So we have some more routing things. Let's see details. Yeah, step 1, step 2, and all that software, LT drivers, A boot, CMD here, ABD, just run me, 12. Oh, we have some basic infos, X disclaimer, useful links. I guess I should probably look at that before deleting it. I have different stock images here as well. I have a stock image 8990 DS20B. Don't know if I probably have some of the same. I was downloading with, yeah, because the problem is you can only download two a day. So we have the Australian DS0117, and then we have the Open ST DS. Yeah, well, anyway, rename stock image. Oh, well, actually, stock image. I guess. Okay, rename stock image. One more stock image. Just to have a little order in it. So really, the two different stocks that is really, apparently, the Android, the last Android version apparently didn't really come, at least not for the double SIM card thing. But anyway, okay, let's see what we have. Okay, we have the H99N10B for boot unlock. And I have so that must be the last H7 boot as well that I also used to unlock. So that seems to be pretty good. Of course, I don't need in regards of unlock and all of that, but that seems, the Android 7 is the one that you can pretty much A7 boot unlock, right? So I'll do the hacking. Anyway, of course we don't only need one, so here we go. Now we have the DS. Why do we seem to have like two of those, like B, but no, HK. Okay, we have the Q version here, which seems to be the newest version of the Android 7. So, and that should also actually be hackable, or maybe not. I can't remember if it was the Android 7 they made it non-hackable, or well, I'm not going to root any mobile phone anyway in regards of the LG V20. It's just too much hassle and you get into too many issues, So let's delete that as well. I guess you should never say never, Some idea might come up and who knows, but anyway, So stock 990N10 and H990N20. These should be the last two. That is for the DS Hong Kong model. Why is that? Wait. Why does it say HK Hong Kong DS? I'm not entirely sure. We have the Australian DS. So I'm not entirely sure why it says H990N10Q and Open HK DS. DS. Up. Maybe that's just how it's. So HKDS, and this is what is called SKDS. Or must be from the DS version instead of the Hong Kong version, I guess. Anyway, let's see here. So this is the H990DS20B. Oh my. Kind of a messy thing here. Not totally sure what. H990DS variant, newest and working. Fixed camera, and yeah, that's the newest, and we pretty much have two of those, so we can delete this one. And then we have the SD version. Oh my, it's just still confusion with all this. H990DS10G. I don't think I changed anything in regards of the name, but it's like open, and then SG. Why does it actually not? Oh, that's the 20. So it actually that's like H990DS. Then we have the H99N10, but it's still called AKDS. Hong Kong DS. That's weird. Okay, well, anyway. Well, I guess I have to trust that it's the right one, I guess. Open AK. I don't know what the rest of the Australia DS are, but it's already DS, but maybe DS means something else at that level. And then we have like up, and everybody has up, and then a number. So who knows? Well, the 99N doesn't really have that many different files for it, so pretty much have only the Hong Kong version. Yeah, I guess there's not that much difference, maybe in regards of different applications in the different versions, but yeah. There we go. Anyway, okay, we got at least some of them. I think I've downloaded everything on the. Let's see, internal and download, and let's see if we can get those two files over. Details. Let's see, modify. We have the H9920A and yep. And that should be the Israeli version, and then we have the H99N20H. Yeah, okay, so cut. Move it over here, and of course I don't really know if I want the Android 7 version, but if it looks like that the Android 7 version actually runs better, you know, gives some, if in regards to the mobile, I should think about, actually just getting back to the to the Android 7, as long as it does what I want it to do in regards to the phone, right? The other things, yeah, if it makes it quicker and workable and all that, yep. I'll see if it want to move the file, from internal to by the computer. Apparently, seems to have some issues. So it's probably will tell me there's some problems, so I probably will need to do it from the mobile. Which is, you know, fine, but it's bullshit, you know. Things should be able to do it very easily. But no, can't have it. Shouldn't, you know, can't be too easy on the user, right? Australian, and that's the SIA version, New Zealand, I think. Then we have, yeah, whatever. The Hong Kong version of the N10Q and the N20H. Yes. So, oh. Let's see if we can just. Bum. It's absolutely terrible to drive this when it's, you know, like a word lacking, you know. It's terrible, absolutely terrible to try to drive this in this state of. So that's clearly not totally hanging up to that. We're not getting any bonus anymore. Nope. But the team as a whole, it seems, is actually getting closer to the. Yeah, only less than 9,000. Then we have 300,000, and you know, less than 3 days. Then we have the first place as well. I do wonder where they're in. Yeah, that's. I don't think there would be any problem. They're like 100,000 over number 2. So old number 7 won, not last time, but last time again. So I remember trying to join the team of theirs, but they didn't want me, apparently. So I just went back to the Let's Enjoy. Which was the one that I was in the old days. But anyway, I don't know why they would kick me, because you know I would have thought they would need everything in their power to get, you know. Anyways. That's just how it is sometimes. Oh, I think we actually moved them. Wow! Incredible, right? You know, when things actually works, you know. It just takes a little time. Okay, so we have the H99N20H. Okay, we'll just, I think it actually looks like the same as this one. So we actually probably already have it. So if we actually change the, okay, let's press this one. Yeah, we already. Well, let's just try to. Oh. Now let's just put a 2 on it. Maybe I'm just retarded or something like that. You're not doing this, you know. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so the H990N. And we have 20A. This is in regards to the Israeli version. And then we have this one is the same as that one, so we can delete that. That's the HK version with the. I still don't know why the DS thing is on, but anyway, let's just delete that. We don't need 2 of the same files, right? So we don't even. You know, I don't know, again, don't know which, you know, whatever, just speaking, whatever. Okay, still can't, nope, still not valid. So, yeah. Make it run one more. Yeah, it's kind of stupid, you know, it's a time waster. Anyway, I was listening to this Jesuit thing, the Jesuit Devils 1 of 2.
Mush and all this stuff that doesn't have anything to do with anything. Just telling everybody, you know, it's going to be okay. You're wonderful. And you know, God's got a wonderful plan for your life. This is the year that all the chains are broken and you're going to have a financial breakthrough and all that stuff. That's what they listen to. And that's why they will not, we give this stuff away, folks. We put it on the internet, we put it on YouTube, we put it on sermon audio, and there's still only a couple thousand people that will take advantage of it. And they remain in ignorance because they want to. It doesn't have to be me. There are other preachers out there, and I've actually sent people links to other preachers' messages, and they won't listen. They don't love the Word of God.
CNT download Win 7,
here,
okay.
This is a quote from a fellow named Stephen D. Mumford, American Democracy in the Vatican.
Oh, okay.
And it was quoted by Chris Pinto in a book that I'm reading from Washington and the Lap of Rome. And that was written by a guy back in the 19th century named Justin Dewey Fulton, who was trying to warn the future generations of America. And this quote from Stephen Mumford says, quote, "It is hardly a secret that one of the most important American advances in defending the church." Now watch this. Some of you, this is going to be brand new for you. One of the most important American advances in defending the church, from a Roman Catholic Church, by Catholic elitists was the creation of the Central Intelligence Agency.
Yeah, the CIA.
It ought to be called the Catholic Intelligence Agency.
Oh, Catholics in action.
The CIA serves as an agency through which secret assistance to the Holy Mother Church can be provided by secret American society members acting as her defenders. You're going to get I'm going to give you the goods. We're not just throwing that down and letting you, trust me. But one of the worst things for you to do when someone looks at you and tells you something, they just say, just trust me. No, you tell me where you get that information. And who created the CIA? William Joseph Donovan is the man credited with founding the Office of Strategic Services, the OSS, the predecessor of, not of the Central Intelligence Agency. The OSS is the CIA. And you've also heard of the NSA. Or have you? Some of you know what the NSA is. Well, the OSS was a predecessor of the CIA, and then we have this other layer of the NSA that we won't get into tonight. So why does this matter? William Joseph Donovan. Why does that matter? Well, Donovan did more to safeguard and champion the Roman Catholic Church than any other American, and he was rewarded for his services with the highest Catholic award ever received by an American.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that alone is just interesting. You're like, interesting. But there's more. How did the Vatican benefit? This is from Dave Hunt in his book, A Woman Writes the Beast, page 87. Quote, "The Vatican's constituency of 980 million followers is at least 3 times the number of citizens in any Western democracy. The Pope has thousands of secret agents worldwide. They include Jesuits, the Knights of Columbus, the Knights of Malta, Opus Dei, and others. The Vatican's intelligence service and its field resources are second to none." If you have not read that book, you need to get a copy. Yeah. So, all this, and now I want to show you something that aired on American television, and it aired, I can't remember how old I was. I wasn't 15, I think, when this aired. And I didn't see it when it first came on. Now you watch as we connect the dots of how your country, the United States of America, became the home of Nazis. And we're talking some of the biggest, most influential Nazis involved in World War II and the Holocaust. And you're going to see Donovan's CIA working in cahoots with the Vatican Secret Service to put all of those men in hiding. And one of the things of this one project we talked about is also Project Paperclip, which don't see Watch this little clip here.
In the beginning, there was a madman. Hitler's Third Reich ruled the continent of Europe. Powerful, arrogant, murderous. But in the end, it all came crashing down. As the Soviets closed in on the Führer bunker in Berlin, Hitler shot himself. His mistress, Eva Braun, took poison. Propaganda Minister Joseph Goebbels first poisoned his 6 children. Then he and his wife poisoned themselves. But what of the others who served Hitler and his murderous regime? Some were brought to trial at Nuremberg and elsewhere. But not all. Many of them just disappeared. It turns out it was a disappearance well planned. Argentina, South America. It was a country off the beaten path in the mid-1940s with its own burgeoning Nazi movement. And with a former Army colonel named Juan Perón in charge, a country ready to play a pivotal role in providing a safe haven for the Nazis. These are the archives of Argentine immigration. Everyone who's registered into the country is listed here. After the war, when the Nazis began flooding in, some were so bold they could use their own names. Here's an entry from June of 1948. Schroeder, Eric Demir, citizen engineer. Eric Schroeder was the Gestapo chief of portrait. Some, of course, didn't use their own name. Here's an entry from July of 1950. This is what meant Ricardo, as he was a technician. That's Leon Meister, the Nazis who supervised the extermination of the Jews. And this one from June of 1949 at the very bottom of the page. Here's the name, Gregor Hellman. And he was a mechanic. Who was this mechanic? Let's see. Gregor lived in various Buenos Aires suburbs. For a time, he had a jungle hideaway nearby. But as the newly opened federal police records show, he felt safe enough after a few years to re-register under his real name, Jose Mengel. Dr. Joseph Mengel. He was known as they called him Angel of Death. He helped select those who would live and die. He tortured and murdered children, particularly twins, with his medical experiments. When the archives were opened, Dr. Beatriz Paredes, church director for Jewish organizations in Buenos Aires, set to work gathering data on Nazi war criminals like Mengel. Those are Mengel. Now watch this. But this absence of moral responsibility was not Argentina's alone. Nazi war criminals needed help to escape Europe. They got it here in Rome, beginning with 2 highly unlikely sources: the intelligence services of Britain and the United States.
They sold tens of thousands of Nazis in order to use them against the Soviets.
Peter Tompkins, you know, he was a wartime spy working undercover in Rome for the American OSS, predecessor of the CIA.
Are you telling me that the OSS helped Nazis escape justice? Yeah, well, absolutely.
Convinced Alameda Shoe reflecting of some British and U.S. government officials set up shop in this nondescript rectory just outside the Vatican.
Yeah. It's called the rat line.
Yep.
And what you just saw was that Donovan and the OSA worked with the Vatican to help millions of thousands, not including the death angel himself, to escape and go to Argentina. Now, would someone like to tell me where our present Roman Catholic Pope came from?
Argentina.
And there is clear evidence of his involvement with the Nazi Party in his early days.
Here we get
Just
the.
as it was for Benedict.
I think we got the things down.
Folks, this is and goes deep, much deeper than we can get into in this study. But you need to understand what you're dealing with, what you're seeing is God has told us what's going to be on the earth when we come to the end days, end times. And if you've got any spiritual discernment whatsoever tonight, you should see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there in front of our eyes.
Yep.
Just remember this on Election Day. Ted Cruz has been spending the entire day applauding Pope Francis, saying he leads on social issues. In an era when many global leaders are descending to relativism, Pope Francis continues to proclaim the truth. This fake is in America, and he'll be here for several days. This false teacher will not preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. He will speak to almost all 311 plus million people in this country, and the loser will not tell you how to be saved.
Also, another problem is in regards of when you connect the new mobile, it always asks you, it doesn't save the setting as the old mobile, so you have to, every single time you connect it to the computer, you need to say to it that, hey, you need to file transfer, It's just nonsense.
Amen. It says that the nations or the kings of the earth had committed fornication with her. This is from a communist. His name's Guy Emery Shipman. And the communists could not be controlled by Rome. Rome is socialist. But the communists...
Well, communism goes back to the Jesuits as well, So, they use both sides, first to, you have communism, and then of course you have an enemy, right? And with that enemy you can then promote, fascism, Nazism. Anyway. And no significant part well posed. So no political event or circumstance can be evaluated without the knowledge of the Vatican's part in it. And no significant world political situation exists in which the Vatican does not play an important explicit or implicit part. Yeah.
Are out of control, and they won't fall under the Vatican's control. And so they fight. They have fought the communists. It's like, but folks, the enemy of my enemy is not necessarily my friend.
Let's see here. Okay, yeah, well, I guess that's the problem. People are still, into this, people getting sick of the vaccines and all that. And of course, this is very sad, right? But the thing is, it's like a, a decoy from the truth, It has people like, invested all that time in this nonsense. Well, of course, it's murderous, of course. But it takes people away from they invest all their energy in this, and then they still tend to not see behind, it's just anyway, it's very sad.
And this comic says, quote, no political event or circumstance can be evaluated without the knowledge of the Vatican's part in it. Did you get that? They're involved in every major political thing you ever see. And no significant world political situation exists in which the Vatican does not play an important, explicit, or implicit part.
For solid King James Bible preaching and teaching, along with the encouragement
Go. Well, their King James version holiness, which I still think is nonsense. Well, it is nonsense. I think, it is. Of course, it's what I think, but it is really nonsense. Why doesn't make any sense. Only King James, right? I'll get my break. Anyway, let's get the next one in line, but I don't have that as a video. I only have that as a MP3, but that might be okay. Download when, and then we could, we pretty much, I need to open up the, okay, let's go. Yeah, it's without any videos, sadly. I can't remember why. I had some problems getting it, I think, with video.
We conclude our study of Revelation 18:3, titled "The Jesuit Devils." This is part 2 of 2. This false teacher will not preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. He will speak to almost all 311 plus million people in this country, and the loser will not tell you how to be saved. Amen. It says that the nations or the kings of the earth had committed fornication with him. This is from a comment. His name's Guy Emery Shipler. And the communists could not be controlled by Rome. Rome is socialist.
Wow.
But the communists are out of control and they won't fall under.
Well, they control everything, and as far as I know, the Jesuits was the one creating communism and perfecting it in, not the communism of the Bible, but communism, of what most people know. And they perfected this in South America.
Under the Vatican's control. And so they have fought the communists. It's like, but folks, the enemy of my enemy is not necessarily my friend. And this comic says, quote, no political event or circumstance can be evaluated without the knowledge of the Vatican's part in it. You get that? They're involved in every major political thing you ever see. And no significant world political situation exists in which the Vatican does not play an important, explicit, or implicit part.
SC.
You can get it from commies, you can get it from patriots, you can get it from Christians, you can get it from non-Christians. People in the know. We've mentioned before the Jesuit Catholic control here in America, and it's happening all over the world. This is a headline from Australia. Jesuits in charge of Australia. Not something in Australia, they're in charge.
Mm-hmm.
And so you see Australia
Yeah, makes sense.
stripping its people of their thought. We've mentioned before the Jesuit Catholic control here in America, and it's happening all over the world. This is a headline from Australia. Jesuits in charge of Australia. Not something in Australia, they're in charge. And so you see Australia stripping its people of their rights to own and bear arms. And you see them pushing this multicultural, pro-Muslim agenda in Australia. That's why. And this is just the leaders of that country, Prime Minister Tony Abbott, Treasurer Joe Hockey, Finance Minister Matthias Cormann, and that's key right there. When you see Jesuits taking over the money, that's right. It says that the kings of the earth and the merchants of the earth. So it's political and economic. Samuel Morse, you ever heard of the Morse code? And you know the whole what's called telegraph. I had telemarketing in my head. The telegraph was a game changer for the United States of America in a big way. We don't really learn about that in the history books the way we ought to. And Samuel Morse said, quote, the Jesuits are a secret society. And you know the whole what's it called telegraph. I had telemarketing in my head. The telegraph was a game changer for the United States of America in a big way. We don't really learn about that in the history books the way we ought to. And Samuel Morse said, quote, the Jesuits are a secret society, a sort of Masonic order, he's more right than he knows, with super added features of revolting odiousness and 1,000 times more dangerous. End quote. Revolting odiousness. This was written about the time of the Civil War. Our ancestors are crying out to us, folks. You read the whole book on it, by the way. It's a small book, but you read a whole work on it. And so you see these kind of headlines. Vatican Bank sees a 20-fold increase in earnings. I wonder how well the Southern Baptist Bank did.
Oh.
Or the Assemblies of God Bank. Folks, it's political, it's a power. He's a king. He's not a religious leader. Oh yeah, he claims all the religious, leadership of the Roman Catholic Church and all that, but he's way much more. Why would the economists worry about the Jesuits? Tell you why. They're in cahoots with the bankers. Rothschild, you heard of him? Yeah, and the Jew haters always tell you, yeah, those Jews are in control of the money and they control the banks. Look at Rothschild, Rockefeller. Look at who controls Rothschild. And Rothschild is up here in the Vatican money. Pope Francis says capitalism is a new tyranny. Shut up. If we had any real leadership in this country, and the men would take off their panties and put on underwear, they would tell this freak to get out of our country. We are not communist, folks. We are capitalists. Amen. America needs some real men, a bunch of pantyweights. It just makes me sick to see men that I know are professing Christians who will not speak. It's because they don't take seriously the raping and pillaging of their country right now. That felt good. Shut up! There's a reason this commie attacks capitalism. Because they're setting up a new Jesuit socialist order. You don't miss it. When they say New World Order, it's got Jesuit all over it.
Amen.
We are capitalists. It would take off at any room the Vatican money. Pope Francis says capitalism is a new tyranny. Shut up. If we had any real leadership in this country, and the men would take off their panties and put on underwear, they would tell this freak to get out of our country. We are not communist, folks. We are capitalists. Amen. America needs some real men, a bunch of pennyweights. It just makes me sick to see men that I know are professing Christians who will not speak. It's because they don't take seriously the raping and pillaging of their country right now.
Cahoots.
That felt good. Shut up! There's a reason this commie attacks capitalism. It's because they're setting up a new Jesuit socialist order. You don't miss it. When they say New World Order, it's got Jesuit all over it.
Mm-hmm.
They also talk about the abundance of her delicacies. This whole Vatican bank thing is really a smoke screen. The Vatican trillions are held by the Rothschilds. That's off the books. Just do a little math, folks, and you look up, and they will tell you how many tens of thousands of works of art that are considered even priceless that the Vatican owns. And even if you put some kind of a numerical value on that, if you took a painting or a sculpture out that they have and you put it up for auction maybe one a week, they would be able to do that for the rest of our lives. And every time they auction the thing off, they would get tens of millions of dollars. They are the wealthiest entity on the planet. Now, how many of you heard rich people are rich because of tightwads? Have you ever heard that? I mean, you see the wealthiest people in the world, they won't tip. They'll go out to eat and leave $1. And that's not a good thing. But that's how they get rich, because they work that good money. It is. Mammon. Well, that's how the Roman Catholic Church functions. They got all this money, and yet they just keep pulling it out of their people to fund everything they want to do. And let me tell you something. If you teach a false gospel and you make people think they can't know whether they're saved, you'll get all their money on their deathbed. Because the priests will go in, willing to do the last rites, but highly suggesting that you kind of put the wrapping on the paper or ice the cake for yourself by making sure that the Mother Church gets your goods.
Yeah, it's just
And if you don't think they do that, you don't know what you're talking about. They admit it. They admit it. And the Rothschilds are Jews by DNA, but they're Jesuits by association. Just keep that in mind. More on that another time. Now, with all of this background, consider the Jesuit Pope. We've been talking about Francis all night long. Did you know? He's not only from Argentina, where all the Nazis went, but he's a Jesuit.
Yep.
And if you don't understand, pay attention very closely. I'm going to show you a couple-minute clip again, and you'll see this is historic, huge.
The recent election of Cardinal Giorgio
That's his
to the
real name.
position of Pope Francis I was an unprecedented event the world has never before witnessed.
Never.
It is the first time in history that a member of the Jesuit order has been elected to the highest position of the Roman Catholic Church. Reactions worldwide varied from jubilation to matter-of-fact acceptance to disinterest. These very reactions reveal appalling ignorance of the true nature of the Jesuit order.
I just want to show you that quick little clip for you to understand what you're talking about. There has never been a pope out of the Jesuit order because they have their own pope. The head of the Jesuit order is called the Black Pope. He's not African American. He's the Black Pope because they wear black. It's like Darth Vader. That's basically what he is. He's the Dark Lord. He's the one who really controls things. And Pope Francis works for him. And we don't have time to get into him tonight, but we're going to. I was sent this mailing. It was intended for Catholic eyes only. But this gives you, folks, the Roman Catholic Church is in revival. Just like Sodom is in revival. All just in time for the coming Antichrist. I got this thing. It's from the Dominican Sisters of Mary, Mother of the Eucharist. And It says, "Dear faithful Catholic, if you have ever prayed to see young Catholic women once again flocking to the religious life in a spirit of total fidelity to Holy Mother Church," talk about that last week, "then I have wonderful news for you. Your prayers have been answered. That day is here. Poor, senseless women flocking to become nuns. There is a global revival of Catholicism going on right now." The letter continues, "And consider this, at a time when the average sister is in her 70s, most of our sisters are in their 20s. This has all just started in the last 10 years. All of which has created a rather different sort of vocation crisis for us. Are they going to tap into their trillion? No. One stemming from the cost of housing, food, clothing, and educating so many young sisters and training them to be school teachers. Our primary apostle, please give us money." They learned this from, TBN, Benny Hill letters. And all of this is in humble submission to the Jesuit Pope. A stirring challenge from the Holy Father, blasphemy. In 1996, Pope St. John Paul II issued an urgent summons, observing in his exhortation, blah, blah, blah. They go on to tell you, if you love the Pope, then why not respond by sending us your message? This is one of the pictures in there. It was the Mother Assumpta, our Prioress General. I mean, with our beloved Pope Francis, we are uncompromising in our loyalty and obedience to him, as we were to this guy's in hell.
I'm sorry, black.
Let me tell you something. This back when JFK ran for president, they successfully ran a propaganda campaign to make you look like a nut if you believe what you know to be true, and that is that a good Roman Catholic is a Roman Catholic first and American second. And because of generations of Roman Catholics who really did have that flip in practicality, a lot of Christians and a lot of Americans have decided, well, that's the norm. It's not the norm. In America, you've seen that. It's flipping back. That is flopping back to Roman Catholic first, American second. And I have seen story after story of men and women who have married Roman Catholics. And whenever they got saved and started living with the Lord, that this got the Benny Hill letters,
Okay, so yeah, well, we pretty much have the file transfer fixed, I think. Let's see here. Just, maybe I should make a message. Okay, så når folk siger, at det er jøderne, der styrer det hele, så prøv at spørge, hvor mange af de jøder, som er i høje positioner, som rent faktisk er romerske riddere. Et andet link til det er i henhold til B'nai B'rith, som er den jødiske gren af frimureri. Hvis den sorte general styrer frimureri, hvem er disse jøder så underlagt? Der er i B'nai B'rith. Okay. Så hvem er det, der styrer det hele? Er det jøderne, eller er det den romerske verdensorden? Det er den romerske verdensorden. Og der er nogle jøder, der tager del i den romerske verdensorden. Og sådan er det. Men mange jøder er ligesom dig og mig. De har ingen anelse om tingene. Altså. De er bare almene mennesker, der prøver at leve deres liv, ligesom dig og mig. Vi har romerske riddere over hele verden i alle lande. Altså, vi har vores frimurere i vores land, både den hedenske gren, og så har vi jo så den jødiske gren også. Så om vi har andre ting, det ved jeg ikke, men i hvert fald så er frimureri, ja, satanisme og leder tilbage til Rom. Så, men in any case, hvis nogen siger, at jamen det er jøderne, og se de her jøder, de her magtfulde jøder, og fikser op og så videre, det ser så godt ud og så videre der, så bare spørg, hvor mange af de jøder er rent faktisk romerske riddere. Okay, fint nok, så skulle det ligesom lukke døren for det altså. Meget simpelt, ikke? Meget simpelt spørgsmål. Se alle de jøder, der er. Har du set dem? Har du set dem? Og så videre det, ikke? Yes, det må være jøderne, der styrer det hele, og så videre det. Se, hvor mange der er der og der, og så videre. Hvor mange af de der jøder, det er rent faktisk romerske riddere? Ja? Hvor mange er det? Hvor mange? Er der nogen af dem, der måske kunne være romerske riddere? Okay. Frimureri, benæbrit, andre former for, ja, okay. Ja, så kan man jo altid søge lidt ind i det jo. Anyway, jeg sidder lige og lytter til en times tid af The Jesuit Devils her. Det er dejligt, at man kan finde nogen, der ligesom står for. Det er selvfølgelig ikke alt, der er enige i henhold til, men det er der, altså, der vil altid være et eller andet, altså. Men det er dejligt med nogen, der rent faktisk giver noget information om det emne i henhold til jesuiterne, som vi overhovedet ikke ved noget om, altså. Og yderligere giver flere puslebrikker til at samle billedet. Men any case, alle veje leder til Rom. Ja. Yeah. Alle veje leder til Rom, ikke? Ja, vågn op, folkens.
And all of this is in humble submission to the Jesuit Pope.
Og i henhold til skabelsen af Israel, i henhold til Balfour-traktaten eller noget af den stil. Alle dem, der underskrev det dokument, af hvad jeg ved af, var frimurere. Så, men det er jo ikke sagt, at i henhold til, at hvis Gud ikke vil have jøderne i landet, så vil de jo absolut ikke være i landet. Men alle som en af dem, der skrev under, af hvad jeg ved af, var alle sataniske frimurere. Som sagt, det er jo ikke, altså, det er jo, der er blevet brugt satanister før i henhold til at gøre Guds vilje. Og hvis Gud ikke vil have jøderne i landet, så vil de slet ikke være der i første omgang. Fordi han er jo ingen svag Gud, altså. Så hvis han ikke vil have dem i landet, så har han sparket dem ud. Men til synligheden så ser det ud til at være det modsatte, der sker. At de rent faktisk får hjælp. Men at der er sataniske magter, der ligesom har været brugt til ligesom at få dem tilbage, det er jo så absolut noget, vi ser. Men som sagt, det er jo ikke første gang. Altså vi har Assyrerne, der blev brugt til at tage israelitterne, det nordlige rige ud. Vi har babylonerne, der blev brugt til at tage det sydlige rige ud. Og så har vi medoperserne, der blev brugt til at tage jøderne tilbage igen, eller lede dem tilbage. Så har vi, og der er meget muligvis også israelitter fra det nordlige rige, der også kunne tage tilbage. Så har vi romerne, der blev brugt til at sparke jøderne ud, og nu bliver romerne brugt til at samle dem sammen igen. Så, any case. Det var Balfour-traktaten, ikke? Eller Balfour-dokumentet. Jeg har en masse, jeg kan huske, jeg var til lektier i Jerusalem i henhold til det. Så, og der spurgte jeg nemlig i henhold til, efter det her, i henhold til om de var frimurer, fordi jeg synes, jeg lugtede noget frimureri. Og det skulle de alle sammen være. De prøvede selvfølgelig at sige det som om, at frimureri bare var sådan en mandeklub og så videre. Der, ham den ene, der var der. Jeg tror egentlig begge to har været frimurer, begge to. Men sådan er det jo. Men man skal ikke tro på alt, hvad man, de prøver jo også, og ja, det er jo ikke sådan. Nå, men anyway, så fik I den med. Jeg har også alle billederne. Jeg kan huske, at jeg sad og tog billeder af samtlige mennesker i henhold til deres informationer og så videre der, og hvordan overlevet. Så det skulle jeg stadig have liggende et sted i henhold til billeder. Så anyway. Så det er det der med at samle brikkerne, ikke? Samle puslespillet og ikke? Bare med at vågne op og se og finde ud af det. Altså der er rigeligt med information derude. Altså det er bare at vi af en eller anden årsag overhovedet ikke ja, jeg tror lige så blinde vi kan holde til, altså. Men der kan I jo komme ind på Gap. Gap er jo en platform, som er fyldt med romerske katolikker, og så kan I jo eventuelt følge mig på Gap. Så kan I se hvordan opleves, hvad for nogle reaktioner man får, og i henhold til mine skrivelser og sådan lidt, imens jeg kommunikerer med de romerske papister. Og så nogle gange så kommer de lige ud og leger lidt, om man vil, og så så synliggør de dem selv. Og nogle af tingene er jo ikke, altså tingene, de er jo for dem er det jo mange gange ikke ligefrem nogle hemmeligheder. Så det er utroligt sådan, hvordan romersk katolicisme og papister, de ligesom arbejder det der i mørket, og holder folk for nar for ligesom at gøre dem selv til kristne, når de slet ikke er det, altså. Men anyway, der kan man jo se direkte, hvordan overledes, og hvordan de arbejder, og se, hvordan de reagerer. Men hvis man ikke ved det, så borer man jo ikke ind i det, og deraf så reagerer de ikke, så er bedraget bare ligesom fastlagt, om man vil. Men hvis man ved lidt om romersk papisme, så kan man ligesom eksponere dem, og så kan man trykke på nogle knapper, som får dem til yderligere at eksponere dem selv. Og det er jo dejligt vidunderligt, når de gør det, fordi så kan jeg bare sidde tilbage og se, hvor vidunderligt det er, at de bare lige er kommet ud af busken, og ligesom, at jeg ikke behøver at gøre så meget. Problemet er selvfølgelig, at desværre så mange gange så bliver informationen slettet igen, efter de har eksponeret sig selv, altså. Så kommer djævlen til synladende, djævlen går i folk, og så bliver informationen slettet. Selvom det kommer fra deres egen mund, og det er jo altid dejligt at have det fra deres egen side af sagen, når man vil, så man ligesom kan få noget verifikation på de ting, der, når de prøver at lave damage control, og nogle gange slipper andet bullelort løs og sådan lidt der. Ja. Så hvad Jesus advarer os imod? Ikke? Oh well, nå, så vi uploader stadig til YouTube i henhold til det der bilnavn, er selvfølgelig. Ja, Holy Father, ja, godt med dig. Hvem er den hellige fader? Oh, Holy Father, who is the Holy Father? It's not God Almighty in the heavens. And then people call this guy in Rome Holy Father, you know. Anyway, I'm getting a little hungry actually. Maybe I should get some sardines. 2 different sardines on cans, so I think I'll take some sardines. I'll just be right back. I'll just go out and pee. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I don't know why the toilet blocks, you know. Anyway, let's get some food. Well, I guess I need that. Okay, let's just get some food. No, it would be nice actually with some kind of. Yeah, let's take this. Great. Anyway, See, is the battery soon dead? Or maybe it's not so dead. Anyway, it's getting to a couple of hours while playing and recording, and it's still keeping pretty well. It's not even halfway. It's interesting. The other battery from Shift is still charging, and so it's not. Oh yeah, I guess it's keeping pretty good in regards to the battery, but we'll see. So 50%, and it has been ongoing for, well, nearly 2 hours, I guess. Let's see here, 00:55, that'll be 1, right? No, let me see here, 2 hours, or maybe it's, I have to think about it, 1, 2, 3, okay, yeah. So nearly 2 hours. I guess that's not that long, but, so I guess 2 hours for the first 50%, we'll see. But the problem, of course, is when it gets down to 10%, it doesn't really work so good anymore, because it closes down the multi-processors, which I guess they think is a smart idea, but oh, here we have some chili. One of these sardines have chili, but it doesn't have. They're pretty good, these sardines, and I do like that there's chili in it. No problem with that. Besides, yeah, they're pretty good. But it doesn't have the internal, and it doesn't have the heads either. I would love to try sardines with head. Only thing they really need is, to take out all the inner parts, and but the rest would be still interesting to try. That's pretty good. Maybe there could be a little more salt in them. Anyway, let's listen more into the Jesuit devils.
In 1996, Pope St. John Paul II issued an urgent summons, observing in his exhortation, blah, 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 and they go on to tell you, if you love the Pope, then why not respond by sending us your love? This is one of the pictures in there. It was Mother Assumpta, our Prioress General. With our beloved Pope Francis, we are uncompromising in our loyalty and obedience to him, as we were to this guy's in hell and this guy's in waiting. Let me tell you something. This back when JFK ran for president, they successfully ran a propaganda campaign to make you look like a nut.
Well, in regards to the hell doctrine, you first get a sentence right before you actually go to the lake of fire. And in regards of using the word hell is not so good. It seems to come from Roman Catholicism in regards to this heaven-hell doctrine of theirs, and sadly some Christians, and that's also the King James Version's issues in regards of mixing two things together. I do wonder in regards of the Geneva Bible what that actually does, if that also have that issue. I don't know, but I haven't checked. It'll be interesting if it actually didn't have that issue. So, and the King James Version ended up taking over because, as I understand it, the Geneva was made illegal, which so people were clinging to the Geneva. And then it was made illegal, as I understand, and then I haven't really solidified everything in regards to that information, but wouldn't be a surprise if that is the case. So thereby the King James Version, of course, became more, so the Protestant Bible was really not the King James Version. So when people say, well, the King James Version is the Protestant Bible, actually that's more like the Geneva Bible. So, and clearly some of the things in the Geneva Bible is better than the King James Version. Maybe that goes both ways, but it's Okay, here we have some sardines. You know, sardines have a lot of omega-3. And because they're on the lower level of the food chain, they shouldn't have that much, you know, poison in them. So it should be one of the better sources for omega-3 fatty acids. Everyone.
You believe what you know to be true, and that is that a good Roman Catholic is a Roman Catholic first and American second.
Yep. There we go.
And
A Roman Catholic first and American second. Yep.
because of generations of Roman Catholics who really did have that flip in practicality, a lot of Christians, a lot of Americans have decided, well, that's the norm. It's not the norm. In America, you've seen that. It's flipping back. That is flopping back to Roman Catholic first, American second. And I have seen story after story of men and women who have married Roman Catholics. And whenever they got saved and started living with the Lord, that Catholic spouse dumped them. Because they're a Catholic first, before they're your spouse. That's what's going on. Thousands of AM radio stations, internet websites, satellite TV stations, newspapers are all being used. We eagerly make use of mass media for evangelism. They have learned, they have copied, they followed, actually, folks, just a fact. Billy Graham, Luis Palau, and other evangelical evangelists have helped them set up their mass media.
Oh, it's
So that
bad
they
here.
can recruit and evangelize, is what they call it. They're not evangelizing in the sense of preaching the gospel. They're bringing people into the Roman Church.
I'm sending them back.
All truth, America's founders, this is just reality, folks. America's founders failed to declare America to be a Christian nation. If they had stated anywhere in the Constitution, but in that First Amendment would have been a good place for it, that this is a Christian nation. And if they had stated what they in their letters knew, they wrote to each other and said the Pope and the Jesuits had better be kept out of this country.
Yep.
But they lacked the wisdom to do that. A lot of them were involved in masonry, and they were not spirit-filled men. Whether or not they're saved or not, if you're not a spirit-filled man, you're being led by the flesh. And the Constitution is a document of the flesh. It does not mention Jesus Christ. It does not mention the Holy Bible. It does not mention the Holy Spirit. It does not mention the Trinity. And it only refers to the word religion. And that's been the death of this country. And they all knew, by the way, Jefferson and John Quincy Adams and others writing, they knew Islam was the enemy. Not radical Islam, Islam. The Quran, Muhammad, Islam, enemy.
Yeah, in regards to the Constitution, yeah, it's kind of a problem, you know, because I can see, you know, just looking into, what should we say, a new Constitution, but yeah, it's true. It's just you have to have God in, you know, because if you have, like, you know, it's taking in the wrong direction, and it's incredible how, you know, Alberto Rivera saw it, you know, talking about things before the Constitution, where some people only take it to the Constitution. They won't go beyond the Constitution of the American Constitution, where they actually, these Christians had already set up, you know, foundational things that Roman Catholics couldn't participate in government positions because they knew the danger of popery, and they were not allowed to do the mass and all that. So there's a lot of things to dig into as well in regards to that. But not just, you know, because the Catholics needed an opening, you know, so, you know, usually they wouldn't accept anything in regards of religious freedom, right? But the Catholics all of a sudden needed this, you know, religious freedom, right? Because the Protestants and those reading the Bible wouldn't have these Roman Catholics do these disgusting things. So we need to go further back. I really should focus on maybe see if I can get a document, something of that nature, fixed. And work on things, yeah, it's true. The nation should always be Christian, It should always be standing with God, not against God. One thing is that people might not be Christian or whatever, but it should always be the main thing in regards of learning institutions, festivals should be biblical, not Roman, and so forward. Because the devil will take us either we're going with the devil, or we're going to go with God. And how is it that legalizing Satanism, how is that good in any way? You open up, and you did the same, they did the same in Denmark. We open up for freedom of religion. Well, freedom of religion is what? Allowing to worship the devil. So you get the Jesuits inside, you get the Freemasons inside the country, you get Roman Catholicism, you get all these, disgusting, filthy things inside the nation. Instead of standing with the truth. Anyway. Let's see here.
So that they can recruit and evangelize, is what they call it. They're not evangelizing in the sense of preaching the gospel.
Yeah.
They're bringing people into the Roman Church.
It's just, I just have all this, information in some sense, like trying to sort things out and all that. And it's just, the thing is to get it down on paper, right? Really is this to sum everything up pretty much. And make people get back to things. Oh yeah. Yeah, of course. Only speaking positive of people, so we can't speak about the Antichrist, it's just, well, that's in regards to Christian, but anyway, I can't really respond. Oh, that's interesting. Some kale. Lots of greens. Let's save that to the... Well, lots of green stuff. Green kale, broccoli. So we're pretty much, 3-0, so I guess on 2:55. So we're running a little over 2 hours with this. And still uploading, and of course there's no sound, but yeah, it's been running for 51%. Usually I would have something running in the background in regards of a book, the Bible, whatever lecture, like I have, I'm now running it from the computer, so I would, if I'm playing the game, I would have that playing and this running, like
The raw truth, America's founders, this is just reality, folks. America's founders failed to declare America to be a Christian nation.
Yeah, it's just very, I just love when you get truth told, right? It's just wonderful, and getting all the pieces together that we have known. I know that, you can see the pattern, what is going on, right? But it's harder to really totally nail everything down. But yeah, it's absolutely getting better and better to it. My brain is really overworked on these many years. It's getting to a good point where it gets to be pretty important to stand for the truth, Some more olive oil from the cans and all that. I usually use that just for some light and all that, like old lights, you just put something that can burn, put it in the oil, you put it outside, because the oil usually it's not burning that good, so you get too much you get too much smoke and all that when you do it inside. So you can't really, the oil is not refined or anything like that, and yeah, so you get a lot of, soot and in the room, and smoke and all that, particles run, around in the room. So that's not too good. Anyway, it's wonderful. It's just wonderful how you just feel like all this information is going into you, right? And you just feel like you're ready to, it's like explode in some sense in regards of all this information. But yeah, still, there's so much that still seems to be sought out, and I need to look into in regards of yeah, sort it all out. Taking a lot of time to sort things out. We can quickly get back on the road to the right direction. Anyway. Again, it's just, every time you use what you have been given and just talk about it, it's just, makes it, it's nice to get more.
That is flopping back to Roman Catholic first, American second.
Mm-hmm.
And I have seen story after story of men and women who have married Roman Catholics, and whenever they got saved and started living for the Lord, that Catholic spouse dumped them because they're a Catholic first before they're your spouse. That's what's going on. Thousands of AM radio stations, internet websites, satellite TV stations, newspapers are all being used. We easily make use of mass media for evangelism. They have learned, they have copied, they followed, actually, folks, just a fact. Billy Graham, Luis Palau, and other evangelical evangelists have helped them set up their mass media so that they can recruit and evangelize, is what they call it. They're not evangelizing in the sense of preaching the gospel and bringing people into the Roman Church. The raw truth, America's founders, this is just reality, folks. America's founders failed to declare America to be a Christian nation.
Mm-hmm.
If they had stated anywhere in the Constitution, but in that First Amendment would have been a good place for it, that this is a Christian nation. And if they had stated what they in their letters knew, they wrote to each other and said the Pope and the Jesuits had better be kept out of this country.
Mm-hmm.
But they lacked the wisdom to do that. A lot of them weren't.
Yeah, well, they spoke, I guess, about it, but they didn't really stand, stand for it, I guess.
Bringing people into the Roman
But of course, Freemasonry, bad.
Church. Raw truth, America's founders, reality, America's founders failed to place for it, that this is a Christian nation. And they've stated what they have their letters do. They wrote to each other and said the Pope and the Jesuits had better be kept out of this country.
Yep.
But they lacked.
And of course,
A lot
Catholics
of them were
is
involved in masonry, and they were not spirit-filled men.
no, because
Whether
Masonry
or
is
not you're saved or not,
Satanism.
if you're not a spirit-filled man, you're being led by the flesh. And the Constitution is a document of the flesh. It does not mention Jesus Christ. It does not mention the Holy Bible.
As I understand it, the Constitution also, again, it made room for Catholics to be able to practice their religion. So it took away the Protestant constitutions that was already created, and I would need to look further into that. But yeah, it's very sad. So they took it the other way around. Something that the Roman Catholics wouldn't have accepted for any other. Now they was like, oh, we need freedom of religion and all that, because then they could do all the disgusting mass and begin to defile the country, from the inside.
It does not mention the Holy Spirit. It does not mention...
Yeah, now like the U.S. and Canada and other nations, is given over to the Queen of the Heavens, so-called Mary, and all that bullshit, Anyway.
the Trinity. And it only refers to the word religion. And that's been the death of this country. And they all, for hope and the Jesuits had better be kept out of this country. But they lacked the wisdom to do that. A lot of them were involved in masonry, and they were not spirit-filled men.
And of course, being in Masonry, they would probably want to have freedom of religion, right? Because Masonry is Satanism. You can call it whatever you want in regards of, but it's Satanism. It's all this disgusting pagan-filled bullshit. So. So of course they would also like freedom of religion, I would think, because if it was like as a Christian, well, they themselves were not, they were into Satanism, or they might proclaim themselves as Christians. Freemasonry is, it's kind of not such a good thing, in regards of,
Whether or not they're saved or not, if you're not a spirit-filled man, you're being led by the flesh. And the Constitution is a document of the flesh. It does not mention Jesus Christ. It does not mention the Holy Bible. It does not mention the Holy Spirit. It does not mention the Trinity. And whether or not they're saved or not, if you're not a spirit-filled man, you're being led by the flesh. And the Constitution is a document of the flesh. It does not mention Jesus Christ. It does not mention the Holy Bible.
Yeah, I guess that's,
It does not mention the Holy Spirit. It does not mention the Trinity.
The problem is, again, how can we go from Christian and then again, I need to read some of those old constitutions that the Protestants were making that came over to America. But yeah.
And it only refers to the word. And they all knew, like Jefferson, not radical Islam, Islam. Just like we
Just isn't again to that.
Holy Bible. It does not mention the Holy Spirit. It does not mention the Trinity. And it only refers to the word religion. And that's been the death of this country. And they all knew, by the way, Jefferson and John Quincy Adams and others are writing, they knew Islam was the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Not radical Islam,
Yeah.
Islam.
well, Mohammedanism. They probably wouldn't have called it Islam. Probably would call it Mohammedanism. At least if you search in Danish sources, you search for Mohammedanism, not Islam, and you find all the. But that was the, what it was called, Mohammedanism, which makes totally sense. And then the Mohammedans comes up and they say, oh, we are offended, you calling it Mohammedanism and all that. Okay, give me a break. Well, then go home again. It's like, if you can't handle to, well then, I'm offended. Well, then be offended. We're living in Denmark, right? So. Anyway. Well, if you're offended, and you have a problem with that, maybe you shouldn't have come to Denmark, right? It's just, anyway.
The Quran, Muhammad, Islam, the enemy of the constitutional republic you live under. But they didn't put it in.
Well, I guess the club points is nearly 2,000 now, so only 8,000 points left. Although I don't know when the team match ends, but when it ends, it should give around 10,000 points. So that would be enough to get the last part in regards of getting the last peak, or whatever you want to call it, peak in regards of and all these other different things here are just small. Doesn't really matter. Of course, it's there's resources to further upgrade and all that, but really this is really the one that you would be going for, because it has one of these golden packages, right? And the same thing with the first rank here. You reward is 1 mega pack. Of course, you get some resources as well. I guess you also get some resources with, you get 15,000 there. That's not bad. It's not, when you get higher in regards of upgrades, it's not really much, but it quickly goes into use. At least with the higher upgrade levels. But here you go. You get another of these mega packs, and you have the ability. You usually get at least one in regards of one of these vehicle things, maybe 10, maybe 20, it depends, but yeah, and these of course are the top cars, tire cars, that you can actually get. So but yeah, of course there's a point where you have collected all the cards, and then it's 5 stars. 5 stars you can't really, as you can see, the SUV 76 and 4 cards more, and will be the last upgrade for that thing. And well, I guess that's okay. It's not a max utility deodorant. It's not far from getting the max of the others as well, but yeah. So this is the class 1, and then you have class 2, and again some of the cars you just get max, and you can then go to the inventory and, well, blueprint here, and you can, I'll probably already have done that, but you can take those that you have max on, and you can sell them for trade coins, which is not really a problem like 23,000 trade coins, so it's not really a thing, but that is needed. But as you can see, this one is max, so you can go into inventory and you can just I think we had 60 of these. Yeah, there we go, and you just sell them, right? And then you get some resources that you can use for trade coins, but more than enough. You can also sell the parts when you get to a point where you don't need more parts, but it's like incredible. You get like over 1,000 of these minor things, and then you have the others, and it doesn't really matter because you have the cars that you can begin to sell in regard to the cards. Yeah, it's just it's a time waster for sure on so many levels. Now, of course, when you get to a point where you have all the more than enough money, then you can of course just begin to buy the up here, and And of course, in regards of gold coins, you know, if you need something, then you can begin to, I guess, do it in that way. So when you begin to really have less of things. So, but yeah, there's still a lot of things that I can still upgrade. This one still needs, we still can upgrade like 16 times, so, but this one don't, well, we have a lot of, in regards of acceleration I should be able to upgrade, so that's not bad, and nitro I have more than enough. In regards of handling, that's less important, but that's also the possibility of that. Of course I only have 16 tune points I can use further for this, then it's done. So then you need an upgrade in regards of a star rank before you get a couple of more to tune points to actually upgrade it. But yeah, the Rally King is pretty much the best car there is in regards of the whole off-road drive thing. So yeah, handling 150, nitro and all that. So yeah, that's whatever. But I do wonder when I can't remember when they usually close down the team matches, but and it's annoying of course that I can't see the team match, but anyway, let's see what we have. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. This guy is oh, give me a break. Yeah. Total bullshit. Total bullshit. That oh my. You gotta be kidding me. Ah, it's okay. Bum, 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 bum.
Center, the camera spotted a very odd individual, who may be either with the US Secret Service, or with Israel's, and could be a strong evidence of a shapeshifter alien humanoid working for the powers that be, caught in a high-definition video during an event of the Zionist cabal.
Reptilian, you gotta be
4
kidding.
years ago, I stood before you and said that Israel's security is sacrosanct. It is non-negotiable. That belief has guided my actions as president.
Even though at first sight he looks just like the average Secret Service spook, a series of odd features on his head, face, plus a very strange behavior and creepy movements, suggest something else. But due to the low lighting in half the amphitheater, he would pass unnoticed or regarded as a normal human being by the crowd, and everybody who watched this video, if it was not by the camera of the Jewish News One, which caught him from another angle apparently shape-shifting into some sort
Ja,
of...
det gav mig där. Det gav mig där. Ja, också ja.
Disregard all the distortions and image artifacts caused by post-emissions and ring, and pay close attention to how his head features suddenly change. His ears, his nose, his chin, cheekbone, jaw and mouth are no longer looking human at all. Matter of fact, now he has a blatant non-human face. So what just happened? Did his shape-shifting device fail during Obama's speech, in the middle of an amphitheater crowded with people? Is he an actual reptilian humanoid? Is he one of the Anunnaki? Is he a tall grey bio-android, or what? Is that video evidence that the Illuminati elite is in bed with at least one ancient extraterrestrial race, hidden in plain sight, and pulling the strings of mankind?
Ja. Den teori. Jeg tror måske færdig overskud. Ja. Prøv kun. De var bestemt. Jeg ved du ikke. Og hvem? Der er Hvad ja? Ikke så meget der. Masser af slaver. Ikke så meget der. De var ikke dumme, altså. Oopsie. Ja. Nej. Nej, men ja. Ja, eller tidsrejse. Ja, bullort. Som sagt. Og de her Aztekerne. Altså, og så videre. Ja, Babylon. Hvad skal vi komme? Skal vi komme? Nej, det var nok. Nå, en pyramide over det hele, altså. Pyramider. Vi behøver ikke. Altså, hvad skal vi? Nej, selvfølgelig ikke. Og det var nok nogle... ja, og ikke... Altså, kom nu ind i klar. Vi skal egentlig ikke. Altså. Hvordan går det med? Har vi kine? Det har de vist nej. Så skruer vi ikke. Det kan jeg ikke huske. Det kan jeg ikke huske. Men ja. Lige der. Jeg tror jeg må holde dem. Utroligt. Anyway. Vi behøver ikke at gå ind. Gå ikke. Nej. Het is... Yes. Alrighty, so. Okay. Det kan være. Ja. Sådan går det, når man ikke har dumme firkantede skærme. Ja. Så bygger man pyntet, nej? Wow. Mm-hmm. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, it's a little boring. Yeah. Whatever. Are you kidding me? Could you just show me the website instead of all this nonsense of? Oh, give me a. Can you chip in? Nah. Send me an email. No, I don't want to give you my email. Why would I, give me a break? Maybe later. No, don't just. Are you kidding me? Just give me. Can't I get to the website? Okay, great. It's just apparently not. Mm-hmm. Push it, snapshot, let's push, and it just stalls. Oh, I guess let's try to push another one. Oh. So maybe it's the website or something like that. Loading, gotten, blah 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 blah. I don't get it, If I recall, I did find the website. Oh yeah, I guess it seems to. I found it. We'll see. 2013. Oh. Okay, we don't have that. Why don't we have? I know I found the quote. Once. But maybe it's not there anymore. Pretty sure, yeah. Oh yeah. What was that guy named? I don't know, I don't know if I have on my website. I might be, just, Jesus, isn't that? Let's see a quote. Let's see if we can, page source. I thought I actually, I wonder what it is. I thought I had a lot of, web links maybe? Page source? Maybe it doesn't show that. I don't know. There's a lot of things here in regards of the video player. I'm not sure why that would be there. That should be removed, really. I remember this stone builder. There we go, so this. Oh, we have a new card, that's Mellis here. Okay, my stone builder, park, my Swede 16. I wonder where that information is. Who's it? Coral Castle Museum. Oh, yeah. That was my Sweet 16. I can't remember in regards. Nope. Why doesn't it have like Sweet 16, sweet. Yeah, that's a good question in regards to his Sweet 16 move. The only written records Ed left to are 5 pamphlets that he wrote, a book in every home which contains Ed's thoughts on 3 subjects. Sweet 16, domestic and political view. He wrote 3 pamphlets on magnetic currents and his mineral, vegetable and animal life. Mineral, vegetable and animal life contains his belief on life circles. These pamphlets are available only in our gifts. I wonder in regards to the, it's all this nonsense, but still loading. I think he was into nonsense, but I do wonder in regards to the Sweet 16 what through that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. I wonder, maybe he had something to do with demonic powers, I don't know. Oh, okay. Coral mystery solved.
Coral Castle is a stone structure built by Latvian-American Edward Leeds Skalman in the mid-1900s in Homestead, Florida. It consists of several large stones carved from limestone, which was formed from coral. There is a lot of speculation as to how exactly Leeds Skalman built this structure. This is partly because Leeds Skalman himself was pretty vague when he was asked how he did it. This has led a lot of people to believe that Edward Leeds Skalman knew some kind of ancient secret how to levitate rocks or something similar. There are several points of interest regarding Coral Castle that I will discuss in this video. Number 1, how did Edward Leeds Skalman lift, move, and carve such heavy stones? Number 2, what's the deal with this mysterious black box seen in pictures? Number 3, what was the odd-looking circular object that many speculate was a power source for Coral Castle? Number 4, how did he make a large stone door move with the slightest touch? Number 5, what were the numbers inscribed on this stone? And number 6, why was he so vague about his technique? Let's start with the question, how did Leeds Skalman lift the stones? Well, believe it or not, there are actually pictures and even a very recently found little-known short film showing him using a heavy lifting tripod or TV lift with a
block and tackle hand chain hoists to lift the stone. The tripod and hoist method using large logs was a very common method of lifting heavy objects at the time that Lee Skelton built Coral Castle. In fact, this method is still in use today. These days, lifting tripods are still made with logs, but the commercial ones are made with steel or aluminum. The hoists that Lee Skelton is shown using are really typical hand chain hoists, sometimes called a block and tackle or chain haul. And some of the hoists are still in the tool shed at Coral Castle. A chain hoist is operated by hand. An operator will easily pull down on one side of the chain. This chain loop is smaller than the actual lifting chain, which is in the middle of the hoist, since the hand chain doesn't actually have to do any lifting. It's only attached to a wheel which connects to the gear housing. This will turn a pulley mechanism inside the chain hoist housing. When this pulley turns, it will lift up the end of the other, much larger chain, which usually has a hook. I actually used to work in a shop that sold and repaired and even load-tested chain hoists. And just by looking at the hoist in these pictures, it has a very large capacity, probably 10 to 30 tons. You can tell by the size of the hook, the large gauge of the chain, and also by the fact that the chain block is triple.
Oh, we have some, finally, we have it warning us in regards to the battery. So it should be, yeah, 15%. And what's the clock? 2 o'clock, so that's how many hours? See, 3 hours. 3 hours, and we pretty much have the mobile stuff from battery. Took 3 hours, pretty much. Then it's down to 15%, and when it reaches 10%, it goes into a really slow mode, and yeah. Then you will be able to see it in regards to the game will be not be so fluently. So.
We found large capacity chain hoists. The pulley at the bottom of the hoist doubles the capacity of the hoist for every chain.
It's interesting, you know, from 2015, I guess that's 6 years ago, you know, or maybe more in regards to all these
In this case, there are 3
things.
It should also be noted that in the pictures of Ed using the tripod, you can see that he's actually using 2 hoists, which would again double the capacity he was able to.
Well, it would be interesting to, you know, I remember he had this like Sweet 16, and, you know, he was clearly not a Christian, I think, but a book in every home contains Ed's thoughts on 3 subjects: Sweet 16, domestic and political view. Well, Sweet 16, I do wonder who's the you know. Let's see here, Sweet. But it might be someone his love. Let's see here. Jesus God book 666.info. Well, it's pretty much the same as the Gravito email. I know. Okay, so. Okay, let's try to submit it. Text required. What are you talking about? Submit? Just doesn't wanna. Text required. I know. Oh, apparently it doesn't wanna. Right. Oh. I guess that's the, you know, when you have a specific email address and all that. Oh, it's loading like it should, but anyway. I guess he had maybe a laugh.
In the video, you can actually see Ed lifting a 15-ton stone with only 1 hoist. The largest stone at Coral Castle was about 30 tons. Even if we assume that the hoist he was using in the video was only 15 tons. He could have simply added another hoist, as seen in the still pictures, to lift the 30-ton stone. It should be noted, however, that the largest stones at Coral Castle are sitting on the ground and probably didn't need to be lifted off the ground, but rather just stood up on their ends, which means that the full 30-ton capacity wouldn't even be needed. This also explains the box at the top of the tripod, which much has been made about. This box served two purposes. It helped to secure the three beams of the tripod, and it also contained the shackle with which to attach the chain hoist. With modern metal tripod gantries, the same purpose is achieved by welding a metal plate to the top of the beams, as seen in the picture below. How did Lee Scalman move the stones from the quarry to the site? Here again, we're helped by this amazing new video recently uncovered. In this short film, it shows Lee Scalman using a technique that is used by many machinery movers today. He's using a chain, ratchet, and a system of rollers. This method can easily move even the largest stone at Coral Castle with minimal effort. This is because the capacity of the ratchet of the stone only needs to be a fraction of the total weight of the object that it's pulling. How did Edward Lee Scalman carve the stones? The stones that were used to build Coral Castle were made out of a type of limestone formed by coral. This stone was quarried on site, so he never had to move the stones very far. The stone is actually relatively easy to quarry since the particular type of stone was very brittle and therefore easy to chip away from the bedrock. According to James Miller, a tour guide at Coral Castle, after removing the stone from the quarry, it was carved using a chain with teeth, much like a chainsaw blade. The quarrying and carving of the stone is not usually disputed since there's nothing very mysterious about it other than the fact that it would take a great deal of patience. But considering that Lee Scalman worked on the site more or less continually for over 28 years, we can see that, if nothing else, Lee Scalman was a patient man. What was the odd-looking circular object that many people speculate was the power source for Coral Castle? This is actually an AC generator, which worked by attaching copper wire, which has since been removed, to magnets on a flywheel. This is the same basic system used for a modern hand crank-powered radio. Lee Scalman was interested in electromagnetism and built this device as a kind of demonstration. According to a Coral Castle tour guide, Ed would spin the flywheel manually, which would then light up 2 light bulbs. This was all that it powered. There was nowhere to store the electricity, so the light bulbs would go out as soon as Ed stopped the crank. Many people mistakenly believe that this somehow powered the whole site of Coral Castle, but it was essentially just a showpiece that he used when giving tours of the site. And this generator wouldn't have had the ability to power much of anything, even if it was constantly cranked. How did he make a large stone door move with the slightest touch? The entrance to Coral Castle was a large stone door that would spin with even the slightest touch. Up until recently, when the hinges broke, people were unaware of how he achieved this. Since then, however, they've discovered that an iron rod and an old truck bearing was placed in a hole drilled at the bottom of the rock. This could be done by making sure that the hole was drilled at the rock's center of gravity. Once you find the rock's center of gravity, it's easy to move. Notice how this man easily moved stones up to 25 tons. In fact, he's even moved an entire barn by himself. It's all about finding the center of gravity. What were the numbers inscribed on the door jamb on the second floor at Coral Castle? There are 2 sets of numbers inscribed on a door at Coral Castle, and many have speculated that these numbers were a clue as to how Lee Scalman moved or lifted the stones. But they are actually his immigration registration number and his citizenship number. You can actually prove this because Lee Scalman's immigration papers still exist. It was common for immigrants in those days to post or carve these numbers on a door for the authorities. Finally, why was Lee Scalman so vague about his technique? Edward Lee Scalman often built Coral Castle at night, and he evaded questions about how exactly he built it. He gave cryptic answers to people that asked him, like, "It's not difficult if you know." It seems that he wanted people to think it was more mysterious than it was. I speculate that at least in part, this was just good marketing. After all, he did make his living giving tours of Coral Castle, and it would just make sense to keep people guessing as to his methods. Having said that, I want to make it clear that I think that Edward Lee Scalman was obviously a genius, although although I don't think he knew anything about anti-gravity. If you'd like to see more debunkings of similar theories, watch my 3...
And the question is, who was Sweet 16 still, you know? I don't know, I guess it's doesn't matter, you know. I don't know why it would oh, okay, so here we so anyway, that's a Sweet 16.
Alright, I'm out here. Gonna start up the machine. But before I do, I want to explain something, which I mentioned. And I'm doing it because I came out here and all the batteries were dead because it rained and I left the lights on and unplugged the charger for 2 days. And there was still enough in there to arc, but not enough to really run the wheel. So I'm charging it all back up. I did 1/2. The voltage dropped because this distance is so much that I have to come out and charge it back up. Well, that made me think to put up a video to show people that if you tap into the grid, I think you can see those wires right there with my jumper cable. And I've got it tied to the battery on my truck. And the old Model 3, or in this case is a Apple Pie Chevrolet. I'm sure any truck or an old buggy came by the edge, he could have charged up the batteries on the top. And in a minute, I will, after I have them charged up enough, turn on the machine, and I want you to hear this one because it's frozen, but the electricity is going through and it kind of sounds like a short when a conduit trips a breaker. There's an electromagnetic pulse that pulls the wire through the conduit. Not many people know that, and it results in a collapse of counter EMF thing, and it makes quite a sound in the pipe, like a big bell kind of sort of. Or a whipping sound. Well, this thing chortles a little. Well, anyway, in a minute. And here's a stupid quick little insertion. I was standing here as the truck was charging the rack. I thought this was kind of a cool angle. All the way up there. I lowered the grid way down so I could reach it. Otherwise, I don't think it really went that high. Put those insulators all the way around the compound. You kept this tripod as close to the castle as you could to work after you poured. Otherwise, you would have a lot of voltage drop. You could have wires all the way out and drag the light out, the lights down out there. But it wouldn't be good to keep the big batteries out there. It'd be better to keep them closer to the wheel and the charging network, like the generator anyway. Okay, till next. Well, I think the grid might be charged now for at least that one battery. I'm going to let the truck run for about 10 minutes. So, I'm going to start the wheel dark in here, just because the lights are cold. Play that operating for a minute. Alright, well, you know that runs okay. You've seen it before. Now, I want to bring you out here. Oh wow, that's working now. I'm going to kick it. Every morning I've had to come out and kick it, but it's warming up because the sun's out. So I had it running and it warmed up the coil and thawed the ice.
I wonder what it's about.
The battery isn't strong, but I have a sneaky suspicion that the relay up there is frozen with ice. Okay, so I'll climb up and fix that. Till then. Started in my pocket, so here we go. I'm up on top of Mama Bear. I will so indicate, but first I wanted you to see that relay. I had to dislodge it from the snow and ice. Now it's working and operating that hammer that I just started from the battery. So that's pretty good. That thing's doing pretty well now.
Well. This might be some kind of machinery, and yeah, whatever. Oh, it doesn't really matter.
Hello, my fellow YouTubers.
It doesn't matter. Okay, let's just close it down. There's other things to do in life than Well, I guess we're getting low in regards to the battery of the mobile. Let's see, at 3%. I don't know if the video can show that it's lagging more, but yeah. So it's pretty much, you know, going to die in not long. Let's see here, we have well 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Well, of course it's on the 10% now, or under the 10%, so you wouldn't really, it's not a pleasant thing to use the mobile when it's at that point, you know, because it becomes slow and it doesn't use all the, you know, the CPU. So although the battery is still charging in the charger, so I would have hoped that it would actually be done, like using it really heavily, the mobile, and then be able to just change the. Now, of course, this is more heavily used than you would. But if you were sitting and playing for multiple hours and all that, it's well, the battery is still charging, so you would still have a problem in regards to that. But I don't know how far the battery is, but you know, I guess it should be getting closer to 100%. But yeah, who knows? So it's like 4.5 hours, around 4.5 hours the battery has been in the charger, and I've been you know, using the phone to, you know, play that game, and it's pretty much, you know, getting very close to shutting down. 4.5 hours. Well, I guess a little less than 4.5 hours before you actually get into issues. And of course you have the blinking thing that blinks all the time in your face. That already begins at 15%. And it's kind of annoying to have this blinking thing. So that's, I guess, a little over 2 hours of playtime. And then dead. Well, and then you begin to blink, blink, blink. I do have other batteries. I have 4 batteries in total, so I have 2 others that are fully charged. So I can just fix that in it if I want to have a full charge. Well, it would be interesting to see when the battery is done charging. Well, these 3 hours is too little, apparently. So